Going to make a lighthouse today. Basically, it's going to be a larger version of this lighthouse with the plans available at jplans.com. First, you need to make your block of wood. The larger plan is a 1.5 inch square block. So to get that size, 2 standard boards glued together comes out perfectly. They're 3/4 of an inch. And we attach our plan. I'll put some tape down, glue it on. We have our block here. We're going to just drill holes to accept the blades. Then on both sides, we'll cut her out. As always, we're going to cut out the interior pieces first. Now normally when doing this kind of cutting, I would cut out one side completely first and then turn it and do the other side. But because of the complexity of the lens, I'm actually just going to put a piece of tape here to hold the interior section in place and cut out the other side right away. That'll help keep things together, and then I'll return to the first side and finish cutting it out the rest of the way. So then I'll finish cutting out the interior pieces. These are less critical if they stay in place for support for cutting the other side. Then we'll cut out the outside. Right, so I have all the interior cuts done on one side, not the other yet. Because things are thicker here, it's less important to have keep them in place for supports. So I'm going to just let that fall out, and then now I'll continue on with cutting out the side. So once you get it all cut out, it's kind of loose in here. So what we're going to do, we're going to put a piece of tape on each side, kind of hold it all together for cutting out the other side. Depending on how much wood you left on top, you may want to notch it down a bit so that it squeezes together easier. And that'll hold it all nicely for cutting out the other side. Alright, both sides have been cut out. We're going to take our tape off that we put on. This is the best part, is when you take your finished work out of the block, like so. Sometimes can be a little tricky, because depending on how dull your blades got, it can be skewed a little bit. You got your block there. Now we'll have to work a little bit to get the pieces out here. But, so getting some of this stuff out, you kind of push through the side. Now what we have to do is cut these off. Use a carving knife or a rotary tool to expose the lens shape inside. A little note: it shifted while I was cutting it. This can either be caused by it shifting a little bit as you're cutting the second side. Some people like to clamp the block from the side so it doesn't shift. Usually I'm better at paying attention and holding it in place. That'll give us the lens on top. I'm going to go in there, we're going to clean up those edges with a carving knife, and should have a pretty nice lighthouse. There we have it, the finished lighthouse. Finish it how you like. It's pretty neat.